How's it, gaming? I'm PhilInTheBlanks, and welcome back to Turnabout Big Top. We're nearing the end of this case. We're just sort of hoping that we can catch Acro in some sort of big lie to really prove it. I can't believe it, Acro! It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Is he going back to his, like, Jeebus, am I that hated? It's like old southern drawl. Who's that? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? Psst, psst. but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why... Hey, pal, is that Gumshoe? Oh, it is. You're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. Now, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little bit? Well, we've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective? Oh, well, if you insist. I love when he likes being at the center of attention, especially for this case where he's had very little to do. Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. Oh, right. Yes, we saw that. Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. Yup, and I've included the forensics results. Take a look at it later. He's betraying Von Karma. Goodness gracious. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. I'm part of the Illuminati. Could you imagine? That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it, and that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. I have to report to the shadow government. What did he mean by that, the very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. Oh, jeez. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So, looks like dairy? Did I read that right? Sorry. You can't really go back with these things. I always find that annoying. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk for me? Oh, it seems people do like you, Max. Weirdly enough. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Did you drink some spoiled milk? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Welp. Here we go. About the ringmaster. Actually, let's take a look at that scarf I think we got in the thing. Did we see that? Yes, Bat's scarf. Stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Finally come up to that small seasoning bottle that we found a long time ago inside the box. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem. You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. This is kind of a crazy one, because you don't want to cross-examine him. The whole thing on his motive is such a big thing, because usually the motive is a fairly cut and dry thing in a Phoenix Wright game, but this one it's true. Like, why would he? So the process is with this, it's like thinking outside the box and like, anyways, so no need to question him now. We have all the answers we need. We just need to kinda put it all together. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There is no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? I can't provide one, because he didn't want the ringmaster dead. Nick? Oh, whoops. I don't know why I did my judge voice for you, Maya. Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, the ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro. You didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order, order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Yes, and we all know who it was. Money the monkey. No, I'm just joking. It was Regina. And it's pretty clear that he just doesn't like her, so it's a pretty easy one to put one and one together here. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
No response. You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough! Mr. Wright, allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. And, I think if you present Bat, it's not the right thing. Because, like, the whole thing is that he clearly blames Regina for Bat's death. But the note is, like, the real evidence here. Acro, you remember this, don't you? Oh, the bird flew away. It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean, it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order! Order! Order, Mr. Wright! This little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza, thanks for catching up, George. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? Oh, dang, that's true. She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Objection!
Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish, you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Barry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Barry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually, and it's finally, something we've been talking about. It is the small seasoning bottle, because it was what was in the wooden box. Achoo! 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 Oh my gosh. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion.
Objection!
Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Barry's intended victim? It was... Whoops, that's not right. Profiles. There it was Bat. Clearly, obviously, who else would it have been? Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother.
Objection!
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina? She did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Barry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. You think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was just an accident, or it was more than that? The lion-biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother Bat. And the scarf. Bat's scarf, stained with blood and a small quantity of pepper. That's just a scarf, Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who was the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina! There is something more than just blood in the scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Ooh, that's a lot of ... dots. Phoenix's hand looks like a molasses cookie. Bird. That's great. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Ugh, that's a weird thing to say. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present? Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Oh, are you helping us out, Von Karma? Smiling? The lion was smiling. Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object. For objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro! You don't mean, you can't mean, witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I dropped Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claimed was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. This one I remember giving me a lot of trouble the first time I played this game. I played this game 20 years ago. That's crazy. The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. So do not request to search Acro's room. Obviously, they would have done that. See how things work out first. It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice. I guess. I figured with you that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. Exactly, so we figured that already. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Well, at least the prosecution was legitimately doing their job at that point. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lacked the final nail to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Arg! Sounds like a Charlie Brown character. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix right. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems that this case is coming to a close. Oh, we lost. Sorry, guys. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. Thank you for your support. Now he sounds like Catherine. Or is it Kathy? I don't know, some sort of Sunday newspaper comic strip. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Yeah, actually, we never actually got to cross-examine Acro for this post-recess chapter. Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Oh, jeez, thanks. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big top, and we don't really have proof of this, but we can say somewhere in this courtroom. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location for the bust once and for all. And it's obviously not the judge's bench, it's not the prosecutor's bench. It is the witness stand. Where would Acro be able to hide the bust? Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off of your wheelchair? And this will be hard because you don't really get to see the wheelchair in like a really good, like you can see it from behind when you see like the courtroom in general, but I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try to hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I love when she's getting like they think it's... He thinks she had it all planned, basically. I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. I mean, as a prosecutor, your job is to make sure that your client has a defense, but it's not to hide their crimes, man. It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely, but she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. Aww. Acro is an interesting murderer in this series. Because, like, this is the first time where, like, no one is truly an awful person other than all the men who wanted to get with a 16-year-old girl. But besides that, I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. Yeah, because they did say when he found out that it was, Russell, like, he was just livid. Like, he was so upset about it. Because, like, he went to bed thinking he killed Regina. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. Yay! Now get out of my courtroom. This court is adjourned. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat? Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? Except for Ben. Ben was awful. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1 million of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Where? She's been like this for a while now. Where? I'm not doing a cry voice. It's all my fault! Oh, at least she actually understands what's happening. So, sweetie pie. That and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina, Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making that stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Well, she was paying attention. And if you want the good ending, there are always little slight good endings and bad endings to each case. I would say not bad ending, but like this is the better ending presented. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes, until he opens his eyes, and then until he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. Well, what is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus this world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max, let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe this circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? You gotta work together to make the very big circus bigger than it's ever been. Mo. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the very big circus without Regina Barry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is gonna turn out alright here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen, and we never see any of these characters ever again. Actually, I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't technically played every Phoenix game, and there's still like the manga, and there's still the anime, and I don't know if they venture off a lot and like return to recurring characters, so I don't know. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats. Oh my gosh. Oh, Mo, I hope I never see you again. Oh, we're getting the suspicious music. I see. What made the case? Yesterday's surprise raid. You really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only... Oh, oops, he's going by himself. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Legasp. It's very Thanos, like, fine, I'll do it myself, kind of thing. Anyways, that is the end to Turnabout Big Top, and we unlock a brand new episode. Thank you, get out of the way, achievement thingy. Whoops, no, don't go to the next thing. Okay, good. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. This was, again, widely considered one of the worst cases in the game, or sorry, in the series. Again, I don't think so. I think the actual idea of everything was very, very cool. And I like the idea of like a non-specifically evil murderer in this case. But yeah, next year, which is very soon, we are probably the end of November when this goes up, we will play the fourth and final case for Justice for All, which will lead into the third game in the series. But yeah, that's for then. This is now. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. I'm PhilInTheBlanks. See you next level. Thank you so much for watching this playthrough, and remember to hit that subscribe button to see what I'll play next. Big thanks to my patrons who are supporting me, it means a lot. If you'd like to support my channel, share my videos with some friends, or consider visiting my Patreon page.